I guess it did.
Oh, here we are again. Don't worry, nothing happened. The race is still not happening.
What a title for this game. So is this... I'm trying to... What do I know about Jap... I'm trying to see if this is like in the same family of game as another game. And if it was, what that even would even mean.
The other one, like, is the other one like Densha or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm like, are those just like really common words that could make their way into any title?
I think it is.
A lot of people have been upgrading their clearance lately. I just hope everyone knows nobody knows what it does.
175,000 points. I don't know where I got the clearance so hard.
I think it was some like I think Roar or someone like had an idea for it, but like I don't think it got anywhere close to off the ground, whatever it was.
Oh, who knew?
It doesn't mean anything right now, but the question is what it might mean in the future.
I think we should have things like where you can make like you can redeem lawnmower and then lawnmower across the background.
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, I could do that, but actually it's a little boring. It's something more exciting.
Well, look, it's something. Like we literally have already talked all about these players, and we can't talk about the game just yet. So
we can talk about the JuegAriel quote. What does it say? Puzzle. Oh, we've seen this one already. The puzzle, or I looked it up when I saw it or something. So puzzle 006 in the Curious Village, like Professor Layton. It's always the same puzzle if you go from the puzzle list. So puzzle 6 is the one where you gotta figure out which weight weighs a little less than the others by using a scale.
Okay.
So apparently you can always just use 4 or whatever, I don't know which one. And it's always correct. You go to the index.
Perfect.
On something to...
Krankdud's quote comes from Blasphemous Roar, I think, coined this. There's back when Mystery Tournament was mostly tested by Hopscotch and Roar. There was one year where it was basically just the two of them, and they just tested like all 300 plus games together. Neither good whatsoever at Doom, and Krankdud submitted a well-known a WOD is what they call it, like a set of levels made by a community member. And it's like it's one of the most famous ones. It's been around forever. It's highly regarded, and it's not that much harder than the original game. The way that some
like usually,
yeah. And he submitted it on a very reasonable difficulty as well, and it got rejected because they just didn't know what the hell they were doing. And so I don't know if it was specifically when I became a tester or something, but like it became clear that I don't think they realized just how bad they were at it compared to the average person. So then eventually they realized testers can't Doom, and so that it was partly because a little bit because of that. Krankdud wanted to make a Doom WOD to be like, you can't get lost in this one. They can play this one, and they'll have fun. That was part of why we made something for Mystery Tournament 15.
The first few levels that were actually Doom, they were not trivial. I think if you have no Doom experience, it had all the tutorial and stuff, but the tutorial doesn't teach you, hey, make a save state literally every time you clear a room, right?
I did. I think I put in the paste bin at the top and bottom of the paste bin in bold. That hey, you can save anywhere. It's really good.
That will never work for the average player who has not played Doom.
I tried. I did everything I could. We made it like I didn't make it thinking like this is going to be for grand finals. Like we literally thought it could go to anyone at any point during the tournament. So we wanted anyone to be able to play.
It's very modest, but I mean,
no, genuinely,
Yeah, I know, but I think you're wrong. I think it was obviously destined for greatness from the beginning.
It was not at all to me. I was like, hey, I wanted to make it because I had seen other people make stuff, and it just felt like a really fun way to contribute to a thing that I love. So I did it. It wasn't communicated to me at all that like, okay, we're gonna use it in top 8, and then it wasn't until top 8 came around that we're gonna use it in grand finals, and I was like, oh shit, okay.
It's the last game.
It was the last, yeah, they
had to pull it early because it did so badly in the games before that, and it was like 3-1, I think, or 2-1.
Yeah,
it wasn't even like match point for both players.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how bad I did.
You did fine.
Anyway,
we're going.
Yeah, I mean, we can switch. You can also talk. I mean, we've got time. There's 4 players not ready.
Yeah,
well,
I don't even remember. Oh yeah, we had some both really good blind racers and people who had played a lot of Doom tested it. And you beat their times by like a lot.
I mean, both of us are also those two things, I think. Andy and I.
Yeah.
Fake Andy.
You don't have as much Doom experience as some of the people who tested, though.
I don't know how much Andy
How many super shotgun shots does it take to kill a Hell Knight, Maurice?
The Hell Knight? Is that the one with the pants?
Yes.
Like, if the brown pants or the green pants?
Brown pants.
Okay, probably like 4.
3.
I was going to say 3, but then I was
and
like,
they would they know it's 3 for sure, right? That's the kind of thing I'm talking about.
Okay. Oh yeah, Andy knows. 3 of your pellets are on point.
Yeah, it could be 4 if your aim's bad, but your aim isn't bad because you're really good at those games.
Of course not. Anyway, we have a game, and I think this looks awesome.
Are they gonna need good aim? Probably not.
I mean, a little. Like from what I saw of the screenshots, it's a weird angled overhead view.
Our timer is still. We gotta.
Oh, geez, they're slow. I haven't even started.
Oh man,
yet.
Not even off the title screen. Yikes. Their RC cars broke down. This is RC de Go. So we were hinting at Densha de Go, which is a game where you drive a train, and it's very, ever so precise about speeds and timing and just perfectly getting it right. I don't think this is that.
I was in an arcade. They had a Densha de Go arcade machine. It was just like a train operator cabinet. It was awesome.
Awesome.
Also awesome, what I couldn't show you, before they went to the title, they had like a video, and it was like basically the RC car scene in Japan. Like clips of that.
Ooh.
It was really cool, but I couldn't show it.
Like, is it anything like, do you know about Yakuza Zero's RC car side quest?
No.
Okay.
I only know Super Mario.
It depicts the
Odyssey.
The high octane underground pocket car racing circuit.
I mean, that's cool.
If there's any truth to it at all. We'll find out what this game thinks about RC cars. Here we go.
Oh, we got different loading screens.
Whoa.
Skyfloat Park. 189 yards. How much is that in regular units?
A yard is pretty close to a meter. It's a little bit shorter.
Yeah, see, this is what I meant by the. I saw some screenshots, and it's weird. Like you're controlling the car from far away, which is why you need aim.
That's how. Well, I mean, you don't need to like click on the car as it moves around.
Well, yeah, but you need to point in the right direction, which is not. Which is harder than you think.
You've stretched so far that you are like one step away from like you need to aim in platformers to know when you're gonna go aim left or right at the. So they're off, and this is it's a pretty simplistic. I mean, first off, my mind is like this camera, man. Like you gotta
Yeah, it's like
That's tough.
It's like a Mario Party game.
Yeah. Krankdud's doing really good at cutting these corners. JuegAriel hits that wall. That is not a good job of cutting corners.
Oh, that's a 48. That's a course record.
Wow. 55. Krankdud picks up 7 seconds in the first race. So this is one of these things where like you just either like snap into these controls or it takes you a little bit of time to right. And Krankdud has this advantage here in this immediate understanding, but over time maybe JuegAriel pool with garden.
The famous track. We got the Nürburgring, we got Monaco, we got pool with garden.
Pool with garden.
The green hell. The blue hell.
I could see this being the sort of game where even if JuegAriel sort of catches up in being able to control the car like Krankdud is, it's just so difficult to overcome an early advantage.
And drive over the garden.
No, it's you would think it would just go slowly or something.
Yeah, how does the dash mechanic work? I've seen JuegAriel dash a lot. I don't know if I've seen Krankdud dash all that much.
Dash. Yeah, I'm still looking at the pacebin for the old game. Let me see.
Oh no, JuegAriel tried to go over the garden.
Actually, I missed the link. I didn't join fast enough, so
I
log.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I don't want to spam the racers chat with stuff while they're playing.
Yeah, no, that's the worst.
Where's got us? Oops, now I've got an ad on Mystery Funhouse. Get rid of that. Yeah, so apparently Krankdud's dashing a lot. I don't know what dashing looks like. L1 and R1
I think there's a blur.
Dash.
There's a blur the color of the car behind you, which I did see on Krankdud. Oh, if you press L1 or R1, the RC driver dash. Do you like run around the track?
Oh.
But look, there's even like the stats with the drivers. This is cool. I love this.
And it's definitely just like photos of developers pixelized.
JuegAriel caught up somehow. Like maybe in the menuing or just driving a little better on the previous track.
Yeah, this is a thing that testers are very concerned about when we test racing. There's so little ability to gain a lot of time over someone else in a racing game. It's just sort of the nature of it. Like you both kind of move at a top speed, right? Mm-hmm. So the times are always very close. It's just that there's the seconds mean more, but they are equal to the seconds you may gain or lose. So what might have been pretty innocent in a platformer, losing a couple seconds on a menu, counts for a lot in a racing game. And so if there's any potential for the racers to like accidentally go back to the previous track and then wait for a load and then quit out and do the next thing and they lose 30 seconds, like that could be your whole race, right? That's terrifying for us when we put a game in. So I'm counting on this not being too much of a factor.
Show World Cup Hawaii, the third one. What is this? Just a regular racetrack. I mean, small, I guess.
Krankdud with an 8-second lead at the start of this one.
Man, imagine...
Bottom left. Go ahead.
Imagine if we were like dedicated RC racing game channel. We could have like graphics on screen about like all the different like splits and graphs about how much time is lost in each stage. That would be cool. But it's just not worth the effort.
You could sort of do that anyway. You could just sort of have some kind of arbitrary like this is split 1, split 2, split 3.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that for like levels or something, but then people die and it's and it only applies to like a third of all games, if even that. Oh wait, Krankdud?
Whoa, there's a Krankdud. There's a timer.
Wait, time.
The timer was at 0.
Oh, JuegAriel is also timing out.
No, did Krankdud cross the line and JuegAriel didn't?
Round select. Oh, this is the next one. I think this is the same
Round
track
5,
in the
JuegAriel hitting retry. Krankdud just barely crossed the line. It said 0 at the top, but
that's huge.
Oh wow! So this really is Drift Out 94. That's a previous top 8 game that had these really sharp cutoff. Like look at the time, 71 seconds, right? This is not an arbitrary amount of time they've given you. They've
Yeah.
calculated it's going to take you about this long to do it. So you need to really drive well. If something goes wrong like it did for JuegAriel, you're going to run out.
Right, first lap, 17 seconds, 4 laps, which is... It's not gonna be enough. That's, wait, it is going to be enough. 68 seconds. It has to keep it up then.
Is coming to a complete stop on a turn, which I mean, you don't hit the wall. That's always good, but you want to try to take your turns as smoothly as possible. That's always going to result in the sort of best case scenario.
4 seconds to... Oh, this is quite a long way to go. This is so long to go. Oh, and can't turn either. You lose acceleration and turning.
TPC reporting, it just locks your car when time runs out. So you can drift across the line if you got the speed.
Krankdud easily making.
Another clear.
65 seconds, even improved on his 17-second lap time. I love this announcer too. Yeah.
He's talking.
Announcers are always great in game. Doesn't matter what game it is, they need an announcer.
I'm trying to think of what games can be improved with an announcer.
Well, certainly Tetris.
There's I think it's Puyo Puyo Tetris that has like these funny characters you can be, and there's a robot man, and when you get a Tetris, he goes Tetris, and I love him.
Krankdud is on top of a skyscraper. Oh.
Well.
Yeah.
He's found
crashing into walls, but at like good angles to still move forwards.
Right.
Ariel, No, I don't think so. No, can't go over the green.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling the pressure, I think, and was like, if I'm gonna make this, it's because I take this turn absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, like slide against the inside wall.
Yeah, or like clip through this thing even, right? Like it needed to do something amazing. So, and didn't quite work out.
Krankdud looking close. 18 seconds. Took 18 seconds in all of his like average for 3 laps. Oh, that's not good.
This one's not going so good.
Oh, or could work.
Go, go, go. If you could just get lined up with the exit on this turn. Yeah, there it is. And
on
another zero clear.
Oh, wait, this is all on road, right? The goal is finish off-road round 8. So I'm gonna assume there's like 2 different campaigns.
Yeah, like a little monster truck.
I don't know. Like it does cute little jumps.
It's not a very monstrous monster truck.
Oh, like a cupcake.
Yeah, whatever. It's a cup monster. Whatever the... You just put cup before it, and that means it's small. We got 9 seconds on this clock for JuegAriel.
This is basically the same amount of time he's had the previous 2 or 3 tries. No, it's...
Which...
actually...
dashes! Oh, the angle was so good! Look, needed the car to be... the finish line, regardless of what was in the way, right? That angle was so close to being exactly what was needed.
The tender green woods are not being tender on JuegAriel.
I'm glad we're seeing improvement, though. When you said, like, this is about as much time as he had the last few times, I was about to say, and that's a really bad sign, because it shows you're not learning whatever you need to learn to get through this. But given that last attempt, I think we are seeing learning, we are seeing progress.
He took the last few turns really well.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with like the boost and the direction, like you said, that was so close.
Oh no, my Discord audio is doing the thing.
Oh, I remember this from last year.
Is this fixable?
I don't
Should
think
I keep talking? I guess we would need.
Oh,
I would need to keep talking for us to know if it's still working or not.
Oh, that thing. Oh, that's annoying.
Krankdud with 2 seconds. 1 second. One last turn. Oh no. The angle was just not. I think could have made it. He could straighten himself out just a little bit. JuegAriel at 0 seconds across the line. Yes.
Let me try a thing. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello. 2.
The issue is I don't even hear you not sounding right.
Right. We're gonna need to rely on any reports from chat. If you hear me cutting out, just let me know, and we'll... Krankdud right in the middle of the track, all the way around the course, pretty much. Which is not necessarily the optimal racing line, but it's a good sign that you've got a handle on things. I'm still cutting out.
I mean, there's no filters on this.
Maybe I'll try reconnecting?
I mean, I don't hear you being weird. It's OBS, I guess. Well, let's see if Krankdud can do it this time. Looking pretty good, just 1.5 turns left. Yeah, easy. Figure's not gonna come back. Hello.
Hello. We'll see. We'll see if anything happened. What happened to my boys? How are they doing?
Krankdud did pretty well. Had 4 seconds left when he finished this race. And JuegAriel finished as well.
Wonderful. So JuegAriel starting round 6, Krankdud I think on round 8.
Every time this loading screen pops up, it feels like someone put an image on their OBS or something. That's what it looks like to me.
I kind of want to do that on my stream now.
It's just a loading screen of some RC car.
Just something that looks like you'd find in the, a magazine or something. Pretty good cornering from Krankdud. So you do have the mini-map in the bottom left, which is going to be important for, I think, first try clears, right? Like
yes.
On your second lap, you've been around and you know what it's like. But on your first lap, you don't know. You got to get it right, and I think it'd be a big help.
When we did Racing GP, I was always looking at the minimap, even if I knew even like on the third lap or whatever. Always looking at the minimap, preparing for the next turn. I think in Doom Tourney, I was also like pretty much the only one who had like the minimap overlay. I just like it. Over top. I just like always having a point of reference.
I can totally see it. 6 seconds left for Krankdud.
Looking good.
Needs to straighten out. Is going to be good. Yep. There it is.
That's round 8, isn't it?
Oh, JuegAriel! No!
Wrong direction.
Oh my goodness! Had enough time. Didn't need to get fancy with it, but just turned really hard at. We're going off-road for Krankdud. This is now a 2 lead. 3, 2, 1, go! I like the little spotlight.
Yeah.
The flavor, the aesthetic of this game is really charming.
I think everything looks really polished.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the tracks are beautiful.
Yeah, like I guess it's a little bit like a lot of racing games. You're just like kind of blowing past everything, but your view here is sort of letting you really get a good look at the whole environment.
But you will be gone for like a few seconds.
Okay.
Be at the Krankdud. I can figure out where the hell this is. Short. Name's already in use. Good audio. Discord.
Round 6.
Alright. Can you say something?
Well, I just saw Krankdud finish round 1 of Offroad with 25 seconds remaining on the clock. It seems like it's not meant in terms of difficulty as an extension of...
It resets.
And I also saw JuegAriel just, wasn't doing perfect, and then on the third bad crash and just knew it wasn't going to work out. So reset with 14 seconds left, which is not... I can't remember if you can do that in Drift Out. I think you just got to play it out.
Drift Out, you have to play it out, or after 10 seconds over the time limit, it times out.
Yeah. So there's at least something you can do to mitigate the huge chunks of time loss if you don't make the cutoff. Krankdud on the final lap, 20 seconds left. I think it's gonna be okay.
Keep toilet clean. And then there's also a different sign that says clean up after your dog. It basically means the same thing.
Pretty much. I mean, it's off-road, but it's not the wilderness.
It's
Keep
rules.
it clean, folks.
Okay, you're doing well here.
This is lap 3 of 4.
Let's see, 69 seconds. Nice. Divided by 4. Complicated
4
number.
divided by 4 would be 16, so it's 17.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a rule of never do math on stream, but I wish my math was wrong. No. More time for JuegAriel.
Straighten it! Nice!
Yes!
It's gonna feel so good.
Oh, man. It's tough because the 0 is there, and I don't think it locks in until, it goes from 0.9 down to 0.
It runs down, so at 0.9 seconds it shows 0.
Yeah. So you have a full second after it hits 0 before you're going to get locked out. And during that 1 second, you have to make your final decision about how you approach the finish line. Or, well, you can get ahead of, but in order to, that's your execution window.
It doesn't seem like
clear for Krankdud.
It doesn't seem like there's too much drifting going on. It was like a tiny bit of drifting when he boosted at the end, but other than that, it's not like an actual rally game.
Yeah, you have a fair amount of control over the cars. They got their handling stats are way up. Sunlight Hill sounds like an important name of a place. A little bit more so than Pool with Garden.
Pool with Garden. My favorite one.
It's not necessarily the name of where I would expect a important race to take place, but it's something.
It was like the second race. That's like, like regional qualifiers.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure there's I know the Pokemon, for example, has like a whole worldwide circuit. That's a reset. With 11 seconds left. Learned a lot about. But they have like a regional thing. So, in order to qualify for Worlds, you have to go, win at Nationals. And in order to win at Nationals, you got to win regionals. And then I bet some of the regionals are like, the community center down the street is doing Pokemon.
Yeah.
Krankdud with 9 seconds left on the final lap. One big turn, I think, is going to be okay. Doesn't need to do anything drastic here. That's another clear. No signs of stopping.
So fun little fact, when Gran Turismo 3 came out, I was 10 years old, and we had the game, it was cool. And then I didn't know anything about racing or rally, and the game had rally. So I went into a rally track, and I had no idea how to drive it. I was like going really slow, trying not to like slide out of the corners and everything. And I was like, what is this? This track sucks. How are you supposed to drive this?
I'm trying now to pay attention to the speedometer for the players, because it seems like you go from max acceleration really quickly. Like it's almost binary. Like you are either going or not going. Oh, JuegAriel's not going to get it here.
Round 7.
And every reset is just Krankdud getting closer to the finish.
3.
I'm not really seeing Krankdud letting off very much. Like just a tiny bit right there. A better... It's not really about controlling gas brake. It's just controlling about the angle you take into each turn. And Krankdud just has it down.
Just knows every turn by heart. It's like he's been driving this track for his whole life.
I feel like every time we give especially high praise to one of the players, they...
Yeah.
I've noticed it. I haven't commented it because it's so it's cheesy to...
Yeah, at this point.
But I gotta say, it's almost
he
without fail
immediately
the
hit the
entire
wall.
race. We got another attempt from JuegAriel, who hits a wall, but like hit it in such a way that it wasn't too punishing at all. So I still feel pretty okay about their attempt so far.
Krankdud is on round 6, the deforestation hill. Did they
It
call
used to be
that?
a sunlit forest until the loggers came.
Yeah. Like a video. I mean, it is like a video game level name, right? Oh, this is a deforestation. It's like a Ratchet and Clank level or something.
Or like a Counter-Strike level, just very matter-of-fact descriptive of what is the... The floor is mostly cobblestone, so it's called cobble.
And it's not actually called cobble, it's couple. It's the weirdest map of them all. But there's a jump, that's cool.
Yeah, there hasn't been anything, no loop-de-loops or anything. It's been pretty matter-of-fact, so we're getting a little bit spicy now.
Loops are dangerous. Like if the car just goes out the side, go anywhere.
Yeah, or it could like land upside down and just your race is over.
Maybe it's like slot cars, you know, like professional slot cars where you are allowed to put the car back in the slot.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know professional slot cars really at all, even.
But Krankdud...
Yakuza 0 is my my touchstone for all of this.
Krankdud looking like he's gonna beat this first try.
I think so.
Not gonna
Been
do
doing
the
math
course
on
record.
the laps and the timers.
Yeah, I was just kind of eyeballing it.
2 more to go. This JuegAriel's got the whole off-road section.
Public deforestation, so... I mean, that's what happens at the start of Sonic 3.
That's true.
Angel Island Zone and then Deforestation Zone.
Typically, fire is not a good way to deal with. Well, I don't know. Depends what you want, I guess.
This track is
If
cool.
you want long, there's better options.
If you want
Got some jumps.
I think if you want farmland, then fire is really good.
1-0. The angle. Oh, the angle was so good.
But just crashing into the wall a little too much at the end. Slowing him down too much. What?
Round 7.
Oh, it just got off-road randomly.
Round 7. Krankdud is on round 7 of the off-road section.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
In lap 3. Not sure. Really looking pretty good, I think. Oh yeah, 22 seconds. And so that's 66 seconds total time on average, which he was well under.
Nothing seems to, like, even when he hits the walls or whatever, it's never such a devastating thing. He always has some speed. His angle is always still pretty good.
Yeah, which is something JuegAriel struggles a lot more with. When he hits a wall, he's just stuck sometimes.
Yeah.
But now we're racing on ice.
Whoa. Boss.
No square. I mean, not much of a square, is it?
No, that would it would make for a boring racetrack, I think. Most squares aren't really squares.
Round 7.
Square, well, places.
You mean,
places.
You mean like
place
Times
names.
Square? Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
Don't you really like?
Do you think... I don't really get the sense that it actually is, like, particularly slippery or anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said earlier. Only when Krankdud was boosting, I ever saw what kind of looked like a drift. The
JuegAriel gonna get this time.
the car doesn't really respect Z all that much, like Z sorting. Oh, JuegAriel.
Round 7.
Yeah, so you're always in front of things that makes it sometimes really confusing.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, Krankdud not looking good. Total time 50 when he crossed the line and time left 45 on 2 laps left.
Oh yeah. You don't have to do any math on that one. You can just look at the numbers. That's good.
Yeah, that's why I did that. I want to do that.
Is gonna need to have, you know, learned something about the course.
Yeah,
22 seconds.
yeah, that's 66 in the first 3 laps, and he was actually on 72. So 6 seconds behind, so 2 seconds behind. Average.
But you do have that extra drift
That's
time.
true.
So let's see. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's a
There's
straight!
0.
Oh, it's a straight!
Perfect.
Makes it.
The dot done comes in 28:52. I don't know what the testers' times were, but I've seen the testers in chat being like, Krankdud is killing it right now.
Did Krankdud fail any of them?
Once, yeah, there was one.
Oh,
It was like track 4 or something.
it was crazy.
This is like we saw Boney play and just act everyone. Like he beat some of the top 8 times, I think, from when it was in top 8 the previous year or 2 years prior. Sometimes again, just so fundamentally about understanding the turns, you know, the acceleration, the brake, whatever it is, right? Like just your ability to make a turn is just everything, and so much of that is like boiled down to like just all of your past gaming experience. Like it's just so hard to build up new skill in that area over the course of a race, I think. So that's what JuegAriel's having to do now. Krankdud is joining us. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
You remembered you could be in here.
Yeah.
I remember last time I was like, Krankdud knows it. And you were like, oh, right.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So,
Congratulations.
yeah, what the hell? You did so well on this.
A lot of these were way tighter than I would have expected them to be.
Yeah. It was I don't know if you remember Drift Out 94 from some of the past mystery tournaments. It's a very similar sort of perspective and a very similar really mean time cut.
Yeah, like when I noticed that like the time cutoffs were so tight, gonna win the race. I
Yeah?
didn't think there's many people that would just one-shot most of it. So I felt pretty comfortable.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's like a confidence boost, right? When you make all of the tight jumps or times or whatever it is that the game requires you to do.
That's the thinking of someone who wins matches. I see this from Maurice as well, where he's like, "Oh, it's really hard. That means that I'm gonna do it," and he's probably not. Like, it looks like JuegAriel's not gonna do it this time.
Not
There are
even
way too
close.
many turns left. Mini map. Were you looking at the mini map?
Usually like the first lap at the like when you get to the faster cars, it's really hard to look at the mini map because like every time you glance down, you look back up and you're in a turn.
At that point, you're just like actually playing by the mini map rather than the what's happening on screen. Yeah, because I was like, he must be looking at the mini map because like in order to one shot these stages, you need to do well even on the first lap before you know what's up. So, yeah. Have you
Yeah, but,
played
like,
any?
usually by the end of the second lap, it's like I have it memorized already. So
Yeah, that's not a skill I have. I'll go through a turn the same way, like poorly, for the fourth time, and it's just like, yep, that's the part of the course where I hit that wall. That's what I've memorized. Have you played a lot of racing games like this? Like, there's not many.
I mean, definitely played like some top-down ones, but not one with quite with this kind of perspective.
No, not the perspective of a guy spying on the race from afar.
Yeah, that took a while to adjust to because like there's times where it's like a straightaway, and I would just start turning because the camera's turning.
So I didn't get to ask you. Oh yeah,
Not gonna work out.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
There's a whole turn and then the final adjustment.
So many curls. You're back in mystery tournament. I didn't think you would, but you're here. Is there a person that prompted it?
I kind of just joined on a whim.
A whim. So even you don't know why you're here, but
Well,
you
why
are.
not?
How has it worked out for you so far?
Well, I've been away long enough that like I don't have much expectations for myself,
I see.
which helps a lot.
Yeah, I get that.
And so far, I haven't had too many bad games yet out of the two that I played. So far so good.
Was one of them bad?
Well, I think he's saying you did. He's done all right with both of them so far. I hope you best not be talking mess about Chu Man Fu.
Watching back that race, I'm kind of surprised it won.
It was a big for a big chunk of it.
Gary could do this time. His last lap was 22 seconds. It is doable.
23, 22. Keeping in mind that extra time you have on the final lap. Were you kind of aware, Krankdud, of like when it hits 0, I can still drift across the line? Because you did have a number of 0 finishes.
The only thing is you can't turn when that happens. So I did lose once, and I thought I would have won.
Oh, no. Stuck there.
Boost
No!
Oh!
Boost into the wall, which spun him out.
There was a conscious decision of like, I'm gonna point at the goal, I think. And I guess your car just completely goes the other way when you boost into a wall like that. So did you find yourself thinking about, all right, if I get down to 0, like I can point myself this way and get lined up for the final straightaway?
Not really, just because like all the finish lines are kind of on a straightaway, and that way anyway. Most of the time, like what I was thinking, just on the last lap, is I would just look at the time that I had on the previous lap, and it's like, all right, is this fine or not?
Right. It's not fine to make something happen on this lap.
Yeah, pretty much. I wonder if he's trying to dash too much.
Yeah, did you find like that was like a straightaway only sort?
Yeah, pretty much. I played it pretty safe.
I wonder if it's like a spiral or something where JuegAriel is like, all right, I'm too slow, so I need to go faster, and so I'm gonna use the dash to go faster, and then that's causing more problems with hitting walls and stuff, and so is going slower, and is like, oh, okay, I'm really slow, I need to dash more, or it's feeding negatively or something.
Could be. I wonder how many like racing games he plays. Because I think if you play a lot of racing, you're thinking more about the cornering than like going fast and how well you
Right.
take corners.
Yeah, and there's like some sort of like golden rules to cornering of like it's almost always better to slow down going into the turn and speed up coming out of the turn.
Yeah.
There's the finish. 2 seconds to spare too. So we got a whole off-road section. This is that we're I don't know, would you call this the halfway point? Did it feel like they were comparable difficulties?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's about halfway.
Round one.
Might be a little bit easier.
Does it actually control meaningfully differently?
Yeah, it felt about the same.
Hmm. They just wanted to put the big monster truck little tire. I mean, it's little, but it's bigger than the car in the game. So I know your match was scheduled for 6, and that there was another match scheduled for 7.
Yeah, Aaron Dobie, I believe.
So that might pop up at any moment, but for a while we'll stay with JuegAriel. I would have ended the interview by now, but I think there's a lot of gameplay. So I don't know. Do you want to hang out?
Yeah, I'll be here for a bit.
Okay.
I got nothing going on, so.
Perfect. Well, we got a first round clear. Oh yeah, it gets like easier on the like the difficulty eases you in on both on and off road.
You're gonna have to deal with corner after corner.
It was nice that they gave you like the same course when you go to a new car. So kind of like you can just get used to the new car. You don't have to like worry about trying to learn the course and the car at the same time.
We have a request. I don't know how much of a story there even is to tell here, but I guess I can start with a game called Outrigger was subbed by Withheld to Mystery Tournament, and it's the default controls are insane. It's a Dreamcast game where you move with the stick and aim with the face buttons. And so we told the players like don't do this. Like you can bind it to a right stick. But it was still like pretty hard. A lot of the testers, we had some problems. And then you joined the race for it. And I can't remember if you were like sub 10 minutes or something, but it was ridiculous.
I think I was maybe just outside sub 10 because I had some controller issues at the start. But
And I mean, I would, I want to tell you what part of the story Untitled is talking about because we were laughing about it the other day. But if I tell you, I also have told you everything there is to tell about the story, so you will, you will just
yeah,
go,
I mean,
"Yep."
it's pretty much a game that has a rocket launcher and I'm a Quake player. And so there's this one like library level, just shooting the bots, and like this guy like jumps off like the top floor of it, and I just smack him right out the air with a rocket.
Awesome. That's it. That's the story. That's
about
honestly, you
it,
did
yeah.
more with that story than I thought you would, even. So well done. JuegAriel's doing a lot with this race car, by the way. We're on lap 2 of 3. It looked like a pretty clean lap 1. Oh, that jump angle, though. Out of the turn. Yeah, it's going to be okay here, I think. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, my God. Okay. I'm not even going to say that they're still okay. We cut it really close on the turn, but 10 seconds left. It's doing really, really... Like, I would have expected by, like, what was that? 3? 4? Offroad 3. So I would have expected the cutoff to start to get aggressive by that point, but still had 10 seconds left.
Yeah, I think this fourth level is the part where it starts to get aggressive.
You can see it says position 1 of 1. So this isn't just a time trials game. I guess there's like a Grand Prix mode where you would be crashing into other RC cars the whole time. That sounds like some chaotic fun.
Like the big difference with these off-road levels is you have these jumps that you're doing. You have no control at all of your car.
So it becomes more important to get lined up with the jump before it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find when you were approaching the finish line, that's like the camera is sort of, it looks at you all on the left side of the track, and then it kind of follows you all the way to the right side of the track. And the further away you are, the less movement there is. But then you go right across the front of it near the line. Was that like disorienting?
A little bit at first.
Mm.
Because it's just like, for some reason, the camera just makes me want to naturally turn at that point. I mean, like, once I notice, like, every single one of those are, like, straightaways, and, like, might as well just go straight. It's fine.
We got the finish from Yuge, 43-12. People, not a lot of people, but there's some people racing along. Rikri forfeited, so I guess Mr. Zimbu also still going along with JuegAriel. I'm only just now noticing the cherry blossom petals falling. I'm also just now noticing this guitar. That's music to RC Car 2, baby. Folks that Masahiro Sakurai referred to this game, I think, on his new YouTube channel, which is great, by the way. I think everyone should check it out. It's good stuff. Just little tidbits about game design. But he apparently referenced this game, of all games, during one of his little... I don't even know what he was talking about. Another easy first try.
So JuegAriel is on to round 6, but we do have another give game. Not sure if we'll be able to see the end of this.
Yeah. How much are you able to set up on the next race while showing this one?
Not at all.
Okay. So I will let you be the one to determine.
Well, they're still redrawing.
Yeah. You know your process better. Well, came around that corner with kind of a lot of speed, despite hitting a complete stop just before.
Alright, looking good. Seems like these off-road tracks are easy than the on-road ones.
I mean, definitely in terms of how JuegAriel is performing,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
evidence to support it.
I mean, maybe JuegAriel just got better.
Yeah.
It's falsifying ours. A pool of water? You're getting close to the wall! Oh no!
Oh no! It was all fun.
Oh jeez.
Wow.
Look out for the wall!
I would like the announcer a lot less if he started doing that.
You know where that's from, right? The annoying stick? It's a PlayStation game which is based on a Japanese TV show where you gotta like navigate a stick through like one of those electric mazes.
Oh,
And every time you
I'm
get
kind of picturing it.
every time you get close to a wall, he says, "You're getting too close to the wall."
And you are getting close to the wall at like all times, basically.
Yeah,
so
basically.
he never stops.
Oh, here's a scary thought. They just got a restriction question, you know, like, are you colorblind? Do you have a mouse? Stuff like that. This one is, can you hear game audio? So what does that make you think about the game?
It's got audio cues.
But maybe it's like even rhythm based or something crazy.
Maybe.
Oh, not looking good. Not a good lap time.
Minimap, the track. I first I saw a horse jumping to the right with its tail
I still
up in
see
the
that.
air. Now,
I mean, it's a dog for me, but yeah, same.
but now I see a crab it's coming at us, and its
Oh no!
fronts are coming up in the air.
Oh, 3 seconds. This could work with
Oh,
like
boy.
a crazy alignment.
Gotta get the angle and a boost.
No, what's the left turn? The left turn.
I gotta say, Krankdud, the number of times that you crossed with 0 on the timer, we've seen JuegAriel maybe even not cross, just so close.
The course goes through a valley. The waterfalls are beautiful.
The waterfalls are beautiful.
I mean, actual.
That's how I want all my tour guides to sound. If you look left, the historic battle that took place in this castle's scars remain.
Right, unfortunately we are going to have to go set up the next race, which has been decided.
All right. Well, that's what we'll do then. Congrats to JuegAriel. Is doing pretty well. Like, there's other people racing, right? They're still going. Krankdud just set the bar really high, but I think JuegAriel is doing pretty well. Survives down in the lower bracket. And of course, congratulations and thank you so much for coming out and racing and talking to us, Krankdud.